all of you to our back to school night. We're very excited that you are here, and we want to thank you for taking some time to learn about this year's school experience for your child in middle school. This is a night for academics. On this night, you are gonna learn a little bit more about the classes that your son or daughter are taking this year, and you're gonna meet your teachers, especially and particularly those of you that are new to Shelton. You are gonna meet your teachers and you are going to hear from them. Each one of them prepare a presentation, and it's gonna be a few minutes, but it's gonna be great content that is gonna be very useful for you. Not everybody is presenting due to time. We chose not to present about the electives. You will not be hearing about religion or minds or the dive program tonight. Nevertheless, it promises to be a very informative night. There is a chat feature, and I see many of you already using it. That is going to be for general questions. Each of the teachers presenting is going to offer you their personal email address that you can use for individual questions tonight or any other day of the school. Before we get started, a word to sixth grade families. It's going to be okay. Sixth grade always has a little bit of a rocky start. The transition from fifth grade to sixth, from elementary school to middle school, comes with a little bit of a bump. And that's okay, just be patient, hang in there, help your child. As teachers, we're gonna help you too, and it's gonna be fine. They come from one homeroom teacher to teachers from all different classes. The workload increases, and we're aware of that. It's going to be fine. And we thank you for the input you have given up as to this point. It's going to be fine. Having said that, I would like to extend a big thank you to Miss Ana de Armas. She has put a lot of work and effort. What you are going to see, and this presentation has a lot of work behind, and she coordinated all this, and I'm very grateful for all that she did to present this night to you. I want to also thank Miss Eliana Bigay for being our tech guru behind the scenes. And lastly, I would like to thank all of your teachers for being here tonight and for the presentation you are about to see. Thank you, and enjoy this great academic night at Shelton Academy.
Good evening, everyone. Hola a todos. Mi nombre es Ana de Armas, the Director of School Affairs. I have met many of you at morning drop-off. I'm the one that's sweating, la que está sudando siempre en la mañana y la tarde. Es un gran honor servir a Shelton como directora de asuntos escolares. Mi rol en la escuela es ser un puente entre las maestras, maestros y ustedes, y obviamente apoyar a sus hijos y a ustedes en todo, en asuntos de las clases, con las maestras, de disciplina, con Ms. V, que va a hablar con ustedes también, para ayudarlos a crecer como seres humanos y aprender en un environment, en una escuela donde puedan, where they can experience joy. Estoy hablando en inglés, en español, porque así es Shelton. Nunca pensé que iba a hablar tanto español en mi vida, y yo pensé que sabía hablar español, y entonces empecé en Shelton y hablé más español que he hablado en mi vida. I'm speaking a lot more Spanish than I have in my whole life, and I thought I know how to speak Spanish. I am so happy to be serving in this capacity and to be working with Mr. Mata and Ms. Blazovic and all of the teachers at Shelton, but especially in the upper academy. I have never worked with human beings who are so generous. These teachers are driving buses. These teachers are sitting at lunch and in the hallways with your students. We are in a building that is not ours, and they are all hands on deck. Ahí todo el mundo está trabajando y luchando por sus hijos para darle la mejor educación. Y yo estoy tan orgullosa de trabajar con ellos, especialmente el señor Mata, y de servir como su mano derecha. Y espero que sepan que yo estoy para servir a ustedes y a sus hijos en toda capacidad como yo pueda. Thank you so much, and I hope you enjoy this evening and enjoy hearing from these teachers that are spectacular.
Hello, everyone. How are you? My name is Ms. Velasquez. Many of you know me, of course, as Ms. V. It's so awesome to have the students back with us and filling the classrooms again. And so good to see them. I'm part of the Student Affairs Department, working in different aspects, mostly in the discipline. So I'm super excited to join forces with all of you and all of our amazing teachers to help shape our amazing students, our teenagers that are fun and exciting and rambunctious as time, and that's okay because we're in this together, and our soon to be young adults, which is our high school, and we're so excited to be there. I know many of the students, I was once their teacher, so it's kind of neat to see them grow up and be in this aspect of life. And we are gonna do this together. We are a team, and without you guys, we couldn't do it. So thank you, and I'm here if you need anything. You can email me, and I look forward to talking and meeting many of you soon. Thank you.
Hello, everybody. I'm Ms. Blazovic. Can you see me? I don't know if you can see me. So I'm going to be working with, let me see if, I don't know why I can't. Can you see me? Let me put the.
Yes, we can.
Okay, good. I can't see myself. Awesome. So I'm going to be working along with Ms. De Armas and Ms. V and all the teachers to help in the experience for your children in middle school. And I'm working along with teachers, looking at how they're planning their classes, the different techniques that they can use for instruction. Today, even I was with some teachers, discussing possibilities of how we can give an assignment in a different way. So that's basically what I'm going to be doing in helping in middle school. I'm also your go-to girl if you need to ask any questions in relation to what's going on in middle school. If there's a change, first you can communicate with me, and if not, after with Ms. De Armas. We work together. So I'm here to help her and help middle school. So if you have any questions, I think I emailed, most of you got an email from me, and you have my email there. I didn't put it here, but you can search me up, and you probably have a couple of emails from me. And I'll be talking to you shortly about English. So thank you. And if anything, contact me. Sorry. And then I'm going to introduce Maria Sepulveda for the formation department.
Thank you, Ms. Blazovic. Hi, everyone. This is that's right. This is Maria Sepulveda, and I'm part of the formation department team. And it's a whole lot of people working for you. So as you know, the formation department is like a big part of who we are, a big part of why you brought your children to us, to looking for that personalized education. So the formation department oversees programs as the mentoring program. I really invite you to take advantage of it. Your mentor will be contacting you in the following weeks. So really wonderful opportunity, mentoring program. Programs such as Life Prep, that weekly class in which every class in school meets as a group and works on social, emotional, practical skills, any skill that we all need for life. And also the religion and ethics programs, teachers. And I myself, I have the sweet duty of focusing on, within the formation department, on families, on trying to find all those tools like workshops, parenting classes, courses, anything that might prove useful for you, for your wonderful job as parents. So, muchísimas gracias, bienvenidos. Y estoy a sus órdenes, María Sepúlveda, y I love being in contact with parents. So if you need anything related to the formation department, I will be glad to assist you or to find who can assist you. But thank you and have a wonderful year. And please contact me. My email is m.sepulveda@sheltonacademyschools.net, or just ask your homeroom mother. I'm very much in contact with your homeroom moms. So thank you, and we're here to serve you.
I'm back again, Ms. Blazovic from the English department. So today I'm going to give you a brief overview of what my class is like. Most of you already received my syllabus, and this is within the syllabus, so you probably have already heard about this, but I'm just going to go over the most important points. So the English Language Arts program is a student learning model program that gives students an increased responsibility of their learning process. And we look for them to be able to monitor, reflect, and make choices in their learning. And the divisions we work with along the year, we work with whole class learning, small group learning, independent learning, and also extended learning activities. We have already started with this in class. We have done a lot of whole class learning. Small group learning, not as much yet, but it's coming soon. And independent learning in class when they do assignments on their own, and also at home when they read their books, their novels, or go over the reading that we're doing in class. This is all considered independent learning. So our objectives, they follow the National College and Career Readiness Anchor Standards for language, reading, writing, speaking, and listening. I didn't put them all here because for every grade level, there are about 3 or 4 of these for every different category. But basically, we are looking that they learn all the skills necessary to be able to have successful middle school and high school experience in the future, and also college ready. We want them to be ready to be able to write those essays to get into the college that they want to get into, to be able to read and analyze any kind of text, and also to be able to present any kind of presentation, assignment with ease, with confidence, and with a good use of the English language. In English, we use innovative methodologies, student-centered, active learning, cooperative learning, independent learning, blended learning, and problem-based learning. Most of these I mentioned. Blended learning is something that a lot of people don't know what it is, but it's basically using books and also technology in our learning. Problem-based learning, we haven't started yet, but it's based on real life problems, and we're going to try to do that through English. The materials they need are the book online. When they get their technology, they will have access to it. It's already set up for them. In the meantime, we already started working with some of the texts that they need from their online book. They will also have to acquire novels or poetry collections, and most classes, all my classes, have already brought a book in their backpacks and have been reading it. So this is something that makes me really proud. We will also be using Sadlier Connect, which is the vocabulary and for online. It's a network. We used to have it as a book, but now, as you all know, we've been writing sentences and definitions in our notebook, doing a little bit of the old school to learn those skills that we need for our writing. School supplies are basic, the notebook that everybody's having and that everybody already bought, a journal. I have most student journals, scissors, glue, markers, pencils, pens, eraser, sharpener, and Post-its. All these are going to be used on a daily basis. I have already used a glue and scissors twice with my 6th graders, and I'm looking forward with every other grade. If you have any questions, you have my email in your inbox. Don't hesitate to write. Thank you.
Good evening. For those who are new to Shelton Academy, my name is Mr. Orta. I am the head of the Social Studies Department for middle school. This is my 7th year here at Shelton Academy. It's one of my proudest moments of being a teacher is working here at this academy. I've always said it's like a second home, and I'm really excited for this school year. And first off, I just want to say for those who are nervous or they want some reassurance about their child being in a middle school setting, I think I'll be the first one to tell you that I understand where you're coming from. As a student myself years ago in middle school, I struggled with it. So I have this very unique connection with my students and how to progress in this type of environment. So please do not hesitate to contact me. And another thing that I think is very important, especially for 6th grade parents, you know, I do, when it comes to the language barrier, I want you to know that it's okay for you guys to go ahead and email me in Spanish if that's what you feel more comfortable with. I do understand Spanish. My mother raised me only speaking Spanish in the house. Even though I may not be able to reciprocate it, I can definitely grow a communication with my parents and the students if that's how you feel more comfortable. So please do not hesitate to contact me in Spanish if that's how you feel more comfortable. I just want you guys to know that that is something that you can do if that's what you want. I'm teaching 6th, 7th, and 8th grade history courses, 6th grade being world geography, 7th grade being world history, and 8th grade being American history. And the one thing that's unique about my class is that I don't usually incorporate textbooks. Everything is done through PowerPoint presentations that I have made in the past, or that I'm currently, you know, remodifying for the future. And all of this information is located in the Google Classroom. And that's something that I want to make sure that I come across as very important. I utilize Google Classroom for the assignments, for the testing, and even for communications with the students. So I urge you to please get the information and the login from your child to get into Google Classroom if you want to know anything that is happening in the class. The basis of my class is very central focused on not only history, but also creating social skills, which I think are just as essential and important for your child's future and education. So I try to incorporate a lot of that as much as possible. And I want the children to feel engaged when they're studying history and they're understanding the events that happened in the past. And I find it to be more sufficient. I find it to be more accurate when it comes to the students being more engaged and involved with studying history. And which is why I have a no textbook policy in my class. Everything's about communicating, conversating with one another, how to be able to be open to opinions that you don't agree with, how to be able to have a civil argument, whether it's something that you believe or not believe in. And this is tools and skill sets that the kids can use in their future lives. And that's something to me that's extremely important. As in terms of material for the class, I do like standard notebooks, and I like the kids to be able to practice their calligraphy as well as retaining the information as they're writing and reading from the PowerPoints. Even though the PowerPoint is used as reinforcements if they need it for studying, if they needed to go back and answer questions that they may have from the lesson. So like I said before, Google Classroom is the key to keeping constant communication with me. And in the the presentation you see before you. My contact information is there. Please do not hesitate to write me any emails, Spanish or English, doesn't matter. Whatever you feel more comfortable with, please send me your concerns or questions you may have throughout the school year, and I will be sure to respond as soon as possible. And it's going to be a great school year. I look forward to continuing teaching these kids, hopefully for many more years. And thank you for your support and more specifically, your patience. And like I said, ask me anything you would like, and I'll get back to you soon. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. My name is Ricardo Escalante. I am the math teacher for general math, 6th grade mostly, and pre-algebra 2 for 8th graders. Basically, I would like to say that methods of for teaching math, in my case, go from geographical and historical approach, because mathematics is a product of human knowledge, and usually is extremely convenient for students to have information not only of the mathematical concept, but also of the context in which that mathematical concept came to life. And that is very linked to, that is extremely linked. It has a tag link with the history of humankind. Basically, we use successive approximations to reinforce knowledge from elementary in general math case, and in pre-algebra 2, our goal is to get them ready to complete a solid Algebra 1 course. My instruction is daily. We have a 15-minute session. The grading is on the syllabus. Of course, the golden rule, they already know how to manage themselves in mathematics, in general math and pre-algebra. Well, the rule is respect, of course. And I would like for you guys, for you parents, to help me develop the idea of that everyday practice is conducive to excellence. And excellence not as a product, but as a way to do things. Success in math results from the effort you make in learning habits that you develop, of course. And of course, explore and explode mathematical intuition. That's extremely important. The use of the question to make them think, make them wonder, and give them the mathematical environment to express those thoughts and the things that they wonder about the world that surrounds us. It's extremely important to reinforce the idea of the students to ask questions, as many questions as they need to understand the concept. Then mathematics is a lot more than lessons that they learn. It's order and structure of thinking processes, as is an ultimate goal in our teaching, not only mine, but of the team that Mrs. Tinsby and Mrs. Pinera, they're gonna speak after my participation. If you have any questions, please do not hesitate to contact me. My email is in this slide, r.escalante@sheltonacademyschools.net. And thank you very much to give us the most precious person that you have at home. Thank you for giving us the opportunity to help you educate your child. Thank you very much.
Hi, my name is Mrs. Panera, and I teach 7th grade Algebra 1, the honors class. I feel blessed this year to teach Algebra 1. It is one of my favorite courses to teach. It is the foundation for all future maths. They are in 7th grade, so we take a lot of time, like Mr. Escalante was saying, to show them the organization of the structure of the day. I spent a lot of time on that in the first week, a lot of time going over organization of their journals and following the same format every day so that they know what to expect. We come in, I posted a little bit of what we do. The class is 15 minutes long. So they do a daily question as they're coming in. And this question I carefully selected. Right now, we've been doing it as a review of the lesson that we did the day before. And they have the first 5 minutes to take out their composition book, get ready for class. So it helps, get them into the mode of learning already. And they complete this one question. We go over it, and then they get a punch on their punch card if they have it correct. After 10 punches, they receive an extra credit A. So it allows me to quickly evaluate how they're doing. As we go through the year, I will use those daily questions to reinforce skills or gaps in their learning that I think we need to address as a class. It's a really great tool that they really enjoy also. Right after that, we review homework from the previous day. I have told them that the quiz questions always come directly from homework questions. So we take time to correct their homework every day, make sure that they understand anything that they got incorrect. Their notes, we follow up with that after we begin the new lesson. We go over examples, we teach in different ways. I'll do some whole group instruction. Sometimes, I'll present to them how it relates to real life. We'll kind of work through a problem like that and start the lesson in that way. But we do go over homework type questions that they're going to see that night. Like Mr. Escalante was saying, and I've told the kids this many times, math is a skill. It's something that you have to practice. It's like riding a bicycle. If you don't get on and you don't practice, you don't learn. My pet peeve is when they say, but I'm just not good at math. And I tell them, no, it's not that you're not good at math. It's that we need to practice more. So homework is really important for that. I do give them like the last 10 minutes they've had a chance to start their homework. And during that time, they can ask me questions. We can make sure that we've squared away anything that, they don't understand from what I had just taught them. So they do have that little time to start, but the homework does take them about 30 minutes to complete on a daily basis. So they will have to complete more at home. When the grading system for my class, they get a grade every day for their class notes and homework. I give them 1 grade for both. It's posted on RenWeb at least weekly, but almost every day. They also have 60% of their grade comes from quizzes or assessments. Those are also posted on RenWeb. And the assessments are given every 1 to 2 weeks. So within that time frame, they will have an assessment. Study guides are always provided to them the day before an assessment, and we work on them together in class the day before.
Rosie, you muted yourself. Miss Pineda.
Can you hear me? Hello? You hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so 60% of their grade comes from quizzes, and those are posted on RunWeb as well. And like I said before, their quiz questions come from their homework. Students also receive a conduct grade every day. I give them a verbal warning, then I give them a written warning, and then I take off a letter grade for the day. I don't post that on RunWeb, but I do have a tally of it in class. So that's how their conduct grade is developed. And thank you. And my contact information is there. You know how to reach me. This is a collaborative effort throughout the year to help them be the best that they can be. They are prepared. So 6th grade parents push through because they came to 7th grade prepared for math. So I have faith that they will be fine and that these kids are going to fly. Thank you.
Good evening, parents. My name is Mrs. Tinsley. I am the pre-algebra teacher and geometry honors teacher. So I teach pre-algebra for 6th grade honors and for 7th graders. And I also teach geometry honors in 8th grade. Pretty much, I set the basis in pre-algebra to get them ready for Miss Pinera in Algebra 1. And so pre-algebra is what I tell them the first beginner course of real math. Most of the math that we learn in elementary school is, computation, arithmetic. It just gives you like the ABCs of real math. Pre-algebra is that first, I would say like cold shower type of thing. It's when you get introduced to positive and negative numbers, when you get introduced to unknowns, when you have to name your variables. And so they get a good handle on that type of material, which is the beginning steps to the math that they are going to see later on in their life. So it's a very challenging course. It's a very demanding course. It's extremely important that the students stay on top of their work, stay on top of their assignments. I do give homework every day. I try to keep it very reasonable so that it is something that they can finish within half an hour when it's a hard day, sometimes a little bit less. But the consistency is very important. Like I tell them, the purpose of homework is not just to get it done, it's to learn from it, because we do go over it every day. And I spend a good part of the day going over homework every day. And so it's very important that the students stay on top of it, because that's the way that they can see the material up to 3 times before any type of assessment. They see it during instruction, they see it during their homework, and then they see it again when we review the homework. So it's really, really important to do it. A lot of students who have failed to turn in assignments on time, unfortunately, don't reap the benefits from doing the homework every day. Para decirlo un poquito en español, yo soy la maestra de pre-álgebra y de geometría en middle school. En pre-álgebra, como estaba explicando en inglés, es la primera clase verdaderamente después de la aritmética que uno aprende. La aritmética, que es lo que uno aprende en toda la primaria, nos prepara para verdaderamente empezar la preálgebra, que es la primera clase que yo considero verdaderamente de matemáticas, porque lo otro es como aprender el abecedario. Y aquí es cuando el alumno empieza a desarrollarse y tiene que entender entonces conceptos de números positivos y negativos, de las incógnitas, de cuando uno tiene que entender el problema verdaderamente para poder desarrollar.
En una presentación del colegio ahorita.
Entonces es muy, muy importante que los alumnos estén bien, hagan sus tareas, hagan sus trabajos, como estaba explicando. El trabajo es muy importante para que puedan completarlo todos los días, ya que la práctica es esencial. Y cuando hacen su tarea, cuando tienen que todos los días, entonces ven la materia 3 veces. Cuando las instrucciones, después cuando ellos hacen su tarea y después el próximo día repasamos la tarea. Las pruebas son semanales, más que nada es porque me da a mí como un termómetro para saber dónde está el alumno, qué está entendiendo, dónde se está confundiendo, para poder empezar a rectificar eso, ya que estamos poniendo la base para la matemática de un futuro. Now for geometry, I have wonderful geometry students. The geometry is a high school level class that we do in 8th grade. It's very demanding, but it's one of the key things that we do need for the SAT. So since the SAT is a college entrance exam, geometry is one of those key things that have to be done and developed. It prepares you for logical thinking. We do construction. We do a lot of deductive reasoning. And that's what the geometry course is. Like I said, for the other pre-algebra class, homework is essential. I think I give reasonable homework in the sense of, I want them to learn from the homework. It's not, and to practice, it's not just busy work. There is an intention and a purpose for it. And I really need for the students to stay on top of it, because that's how we are going to learn the concepts without having to be memorizing the material. You see my email there. Whatever you need, I am available. And whatever you want, we're there to help out with math, to strengthen all these math skills. Have a good evening.
Hello, good evening.
We hear you, Doctor. We hear you, Ms. Hodge. We hear you.
Okay, thank you. Hello, good evening. I'm Mrs. Hodge. I will be teaching, or I am currently teaching, your 6th and 7th grade children. So, okay, for people often ask, what is science? Science is many and everything. Science is all around us. Science, you can find science everywhere you look. You can turn everything into science. It's really fun, it's really amazing, and it's super interesting. So what I have written here, though, is the pursuit and application of knowledge. So acquiring knowledge and using the knowledge that you have acquired is a crucial component of science. Understanding the natural world around you, which is the earth, the atmosphere, the everything. There are many aspects of it, and the social part of life also, our social interactions, the ecology, our ecological interactions, and we talk about all of those things in both disciplines of science. So for 6th grade, 6th grade science is earth and space. So right now, actually, what the students are doing, which I'm loving, is they have prepared presentations for they have chosen either a man-made disaster or a natural disaster. And they have been presenting phenomenally through Google Slides about volcanoes and what was the other one this day? A wildfire a student spoke about today. And there are just so many topics that I am excited that they are excited and that they are extremely proud of their work that they are presenting. So I'm excited about that. It makes things a lot easier and fun when, you know, the interest level is there. So thank you for instilling that in them. So it's easy for me to just develop and, you know, build upon. So thank you for that. And moving on from that, we will discuss rocks, minerals. We will break some apart and we will see what's inside, and we will see how they fare against other minerals. We will continue with rocks, minerals, the study of the earth, the layers of the earth, the interior, all the way up until the first semester. The second semester in 6th grade, which begins in the spring, January, is when we begin to take on the space content, where we will discuss the planets, we will discuss the explorations, we will watch a lot of videos. Last year, we watched one of the SpaceX take off. So we will talk a lot about space, which seems to be, last year seems to be the students' most enjoyable area is space. They want to know, are there aliens? And I'm like, well, an alien, that's relative. I want to know if life's on Mars, and we talk about that definitely because that's a possibility. So again, we talk about so many different geological components to science in Earth and space science for 6th grade. In 7th grade is a different discipline. So 7th grade is where, actually I'm going to go back to 6th grade for a moment. So in 6th grade, one of the skills that we talk about is note-taking skills. Note-taking skills where I do a lot of dictation and I use the whiteboard and I teach them how to underline a word you don't know. Underline a word you don't know, get the dictionary, define that word, put that word into your own words, and then take your own words, input that back into the text. Because with science, there's so many words that we don't use normally. We don't walk around saying, plate tectonics or binomial nomenclature. That's not regular vernacular. And so because of that, I want them to understand what they're reading. So note-taking and, definitions are extremely important, as well as repetition, because some of the words are just difficult to pronounce. So we focus a lot on that skill, so they don't have to reread. I impress heavily and continue to remind them that you don't need to read the entire textbook every single time you study. That's the significance of notes. So we talk heavily about that in order to just foster critical thinking and high order thinking skills. A lot of the times I frequently hear, Ms. Hodge, I just want you to tell me the answer. No, what do you think the answer is? You tell me what you think the answer is, and I'll listen, and we can flesh it out, and we can talk about that if that's a possibility. It's not you're wrong, or there's many things can happen, and I'm very interested in hearing their thought process and their approach to the content. And so note-taking and understanding the vocabulary is important. So in 7th grade, so 7th grade is life science. I like to call life science baby biology. And I call it baby biology because life science is the study of life and biology is the study of life. It's just on a simpler scale, a simple level. And we're going to talk about cells and reproduction and the human body systems, excretory, urinary, all those different systems, because it's about our body. It's about our body. It's about the food we eat. We'll talk about nutrition, which is a very interesting topic about calories, and people want to be on a diet, and it's very interesting. So life science is very interesting because it's day to day. It's what we experience and what we normally use. Now as an adult, I imagine you're like, oh, should I give my child Tylenol? And I'm like, oh, how does that affect them? And so those type of things, knowing what's in it, the components, and knowing how our liver functions and our pancreas functions and our metabolism, we do talk about that in 7th grade, helps students to, understand how the world works. And so that's the breadth of life science and the scope of that. For as far as questions or anything like that, students can always, from 7:45 to 8 a.m. is homeroom time. And so for 6th grade, I have 6th grade 4 days out of the 5 days out of the week. So if there's ever a question or they need to show me late homework or how to complete an assignment, that's the most opportune time is during that time frame. Or 3:05 when it's time for dismissal. Maybe, can I run a massage and ask a quick question? And if you have gone already, send me an email. If you notice at the top, it says bhodge@sheltonacademyschools.net. Send me an email requesting, a meeting maybe, or, clarification that you may have. If you frequent RenWeb, you'll notice that grades are inputted regularly. Quizzes, tests, classwork, homework. Grades are inputted multiple times a week. So you should be able to find all of the grades there. What else? So for both of the sciences, we only meet 4 times a week. We have the 3 50-minute periods, excuse me, and then we meet 1 day a week for a larger period. On those days is when we will have more of a hands-on experience. There'll be a project, there'll be a lab, there'll be a video that we'll talk about and watch and have you know, in-depth conversations. So that is 6th and 7th grade science. And I thank you for entrusting your children with me. And I'm looking forward to continue having an amazing year. Thank you so much. Okay, so Dr. Gonzalez, she teaches the physical sciences. The physical sciences is for 8th grade. And so here are some of the goals. So understand that science is the study of the natural world, excuse me, and the changes it undergoes, and that the subject of science is all around us. Similarly to what I said, science is everywhere. Okay, science is in the mold that when you don't wash the dishes, it's in there. Okay, it's in that bottle that you put in the back of the refrigerator and you're like, ew, what's this? It's there. That is science happening in your refrigerator. Okay, the physical sciences include physics and chemistry. So that both of those disciplines are included in the physical sciences. Okay, so also, so acquire reasoning skills. So apply the course content with a critical thinking approach. Okay, so critical thinking, again, reasoning, not necessarily a concrete answer, but thinking about why it's that way, what's causing it to be that way. Okay, relate the course content to everyday life and potential careers. Okay, so talking about the 2-week-old, I don't know, leftover chicken that you have in the refrigerator. Okay, well, let's, you know, a virologist may want to look at that and say, is anything on there like viruses, you know, that is growing on the food or that has actually infected the food, not growing on the food, but infected the food. Bacteria is what would grow. That's a potential career. So she says also, as a more general goal, she will guide the students in the path of becoming independent learners. So independent learners. So to that effect, students are expected to read at least once the lesson in their textbooks and to complete a short essay outline activity before coming to class. Okay, so she just wants the students to read the text prior. If the student reads prior, then it allows for a more healthy and vivid conversation and lively conversation. So just be safe, responsible, respectful, and kind. So thank you on behalf of Dr. Gonzalez.
Ms. Sullivan, are you there? Ms.
Yes,
Sullivan?
I'm here.
Okay.
Hello, everybody.
Yes, we can hear you. We can't see you though. Can you, your camera?
Perfect.
Okay.
My name is Andreina Sullivan. I am the art teacher. My program is a program designed to develop children creativity through different art techniques like pencil, ink, watercolors, oleo pastels, acrylic paint. The class is 1.5 hours, and I think it's for them because they can express themselves however they want in my class. This is my email. In the whatever you need, you can send me an email. I'm here for you. If the kids need something, it's a pleasure for me to help, okay? En español, mi nombre es Andreina Sullivan, soy la profesora de arte del colegio. Mi programa está diseñado para que los niños desarrollen su creatividad a través de las técnicas de arte, como es el lápiz, los marcadores, el ink, el óleo pastel, los watercolors y la pintura en acrílico. La clase dura 1 hora y media y desde mi punto de vista es un momento para ellos, un regalo para los niños, donde ellos se pueden expresar como ellos quieran y se les respeta lo que ellos hacen en ese momento. Para mí es un placer estar con los niños todos los días y estoy aquí para lo que ellos necesiten. Muchísimas gracias y buenas noches.
Hello, everybody. My name is Rodolfo Arteaga. Everybody knows me as Mr. A. I am the music teacher. And I am very happy. Thank you for your support. Thank you for your patience. I know that we have many obstacles, but we're going to go through them and we're going to come out of this stronger than ever. This community in Shelton is amazing. All the families or the parents, the kids, is something like, I don't know, it's like a Disney World. Because I have friends that they work in public schools and some other private schools, and their experience is nothing like the experience we have here. So thank you. It's all because of you. Thank you to all the teachers, my colleagues, Mr. Armas, Mr. Mata. Thank you. So, well, just talking about the music class in general, the goal of it is to make the kids more knowledgeable about music, so they know how to differentiate what is good music and bad music. So they have more knowledge. They know what makes a song more rich, they say, and what makes a song or any piece of music more complex. Why do they like this type of music? What do they like this certain music? To make it more knowledgeable about music. And in order to accomplish this, we study music theory, music history, music appreciation, a little bit of sight reading and sight singing, which is reading music. We do music performance and a little bit of music production as well. So we use different softwares in order to make music, so they can make their own music. They can learn how to do it. And I think now with the challenges that we have at MAU, we're gonna do it more technology driven with the computers that are about to arrive. We're gonna use a lot of that. And as Mr. Orta said, it is very important that you guys check Google Classrooms, because all the assignments that I do are posted over there, all the instructions. In fact, I am requiring for the students, this is the first time I do it, I am requiring the students to sign the syllabus, because the syllabus is like a contract in which they agree and that they understand all the things that they have to do in order to be successful in my class. So it's been posted in Google Classrooms, and I also require a music book, which is like a notebook with staff paper, the 5 lines and 4 spaces where kids are supposed to write music, musicians are supposed to write music. So I also posted a link on Amazon that you can buy it. It's only $6. So it will be very helpful if you get that for them. Y bueno, en español, rapidito, mi nombre es Mr. Ray. Muchísimas gracias por su apoyo, por ser tan buenas personas con nosotros, por entender toda esta situación que estamos pasando, que es temporal y que vamos a salir súper fortalecidos y más fuertes y más felices que nunca. En mi clase de música yo les explico a los niños cómo diferenciar lo que es la buena música, la mala música no, pero digamos música de baja calidad, entender por qué ciertas músicas son como más pegadizas que otras, porque otras músicas se escuchan como más complicadas, que ellos escuchen música y tengan la capacidad de sacar sus propias conclusiones y reaccionar de una manera culta a esa música que están escuchando. Y bueno, las cosas que utilizo para poder desarrollar estas habilidades son de la teoría musical, historia de la música, apreciación musical, solfeo, performance, que viene siendo como les enseño un poco a cómo tocar el piano, y producción musical. Este año, como estamos en MAU, va a ser un poco más dirigido hacia la parte tecnológica, que ellos sepan cómo programar música, cómo trabajar con MIDI. Y bueno, muchas gracias. Que por favor estén pendientes del Google Classrooms. Es muy importante que chequen eso diariamente, porque ahí es donde yo coloco todas las actividades, todas las tareas, todas las cosas. Y de hecho, 2 cositas para terminar, que este año es el primer año que estoy haciendo que los chicos firmen el syllabus, porque el syllabus es un contrato en el cual ellos lo firman y esa firma significa que ellos están conscientes y están de acuerdo con todas las cosas que ellos tienen que hacer para poder aprobar la clase. Y adicional a eso, el libro de música, que es un cuaderno pentagramado, yo coloqué el link de Amazon, cuesta $7. Si pueden ayudarme comprándoselo a los chicos, porque lo vamos a empezar a utilizar muy pronto. Así que bueno, muchas gracias de nuevo por su apoyo. Mi nombre es Mr. Ray. Pueden, en el Google Classroom está mi email, me pueden escribir cuando quieran para cualquier pregunta. Y bueno, muchas gracias. Que tengan un feliz año escolar.
Señora Domínguez. Tiene que prender el micrófono.
Ok, buenas noches. Mi nombre es Nérida Domínguez, soy la nueva maestra de Shelton Academy de español para los grupos de sexto, séptimo, octavo, noveno y 10º grado. Tenemos incluidos los estudiantes speaker y no speakers, hiperhablantes y no hablantes, y vamos a tratar en la mejor forma de que los estudiantes se puedan comunicar y expresar en el idioma español, así como la expresión oral y escrita. Es un poco difícil para algunos estudiantes que no son nativos, pero tenemos clases especiales donde vamos a ver las dificultades individuales de los estudiantes y vamos a tratar de que las clases sean lo más amenas posible. Lo único que le pido como maestra de español es que los alumnos vengan bien preparados a la clase para que me faciliten a mí el trabajo y poder dar clases más específicas con la libreta y el lápiz, porque tenemos que escribir, porque el idioma español es muy importante y hay que escribir y hablar para poderse expresar y comunicar. Mi nombre es Nelia Domínguez, ustedes tienen mi correo electrónico, me pueden comunicar todas sus inquietudes, todas las dificultades. También yo les comunicaré todas las actividades que vamos a hacer, que espero sean muchas actividades en forma de que se mejore la expresión oral y escrita. Mucho gusto y buenas noches.
Hi, good evening, parents. My name I'm Coach Julio, new athletic director and physical education coach for Shelton. For me, it's a pleasure to be part for this family this year. After a lot of years, I'm athletic director in different schools in Miami. I decided to be part for this family and building for this new program here. I did create a new curriculum for physical education and weight training in high school as well. So we work in different things and during this year. In the first quarter, we work conditioning and basketball. Second quarter, work volleyball. Third quarter, we work soccer. And fourth quarter, we work and review all sports you did during the year, and also a little fun games. But each class, each day, every day, I will put the funny games for the kids engage and enjoy the physical education. What is my goal? My goal is encourage your children to learn and enjoy our sports during the morning and prepare for your kids to learn our sports to represent Shelton Catholic School in the future, and two different things. Middle school, we will play Athletics Catholic Conference, and high school, we will play Florida High School Athletics Association in the future. So I'm building not only the physical education program, but as well, I will building for the athletics program for the school. And we will play all different sports and during the different season, fall, winter, and spring. This is my goal. As well, about the physical education, you can check in a Google Classroom for your children. I will put it as my syllabus as well. It is a contract with your children and myself to the kids coming and learning and try your best to improve yourself and goals about the sports. Basically, I would like for the kids learning our sports and prepare to play and represent Shelton Academic School in the future. So what's about my evaluation? I will evaluate your children every day, every minute, because the sports is about minutes, it's about seconds. So I don't have say, oh, today you have evaluation. No, every single day, every single class, I will evaluation your children. But I evaluation not about drills and skills. Basically, I think everybody can learn about drills and skills. My evaluation is about how effort and how enthusiasm they coming to enjoy for my class. They try to learn, try your best to make set up the volleyball or play make one layup in basketball. This is my goal. My goal is about, my evaluation is about how your kid has the enthusiasm and effort to learn all about our sports during the school year. As well, about you can see my syllabus about the skills for physical education. I need you more than you need me. I need you to encourage your children to come into doing PE class, and I understand the kids. I believe in the kids. If the kid, I think something happened, maybe in the morning they get sick or something he eat and get struggling for doing the PE class. I completely understand, but make sure you work with me and help me. And in extremely case, you send the note or you send the email to me and excuse your children to not do the PE class. I think it's really important right now, and especially when we have this transition, the building and and everything right now, is the time for your kids to get out of the classroom, go outside, enjoy, refresh your mind, and think different things, and sit down in the classroom. So I need your help about this. Of course, if you have any problem, I will excuse your children to not doing PE class, but just think about your kids and how you can learn in the PE, how kids connect to the classroom, how can enjoy for the class during the morning. Basically, my goal with my students' athletics is about use the sports to building life skills. And the life is about, I think the life is about sports. I'm ex-professional soccer player, and one thing I learned in my life is about make decisions and solve the problems. This I would like your children learning in PE class and learning in the future about the athletics department as well, and play the games and make decisions and solve the problems. It's about the life. Every single day we have the problems, you have to solve the problems, and you make decisions. Please, anything you have any concern about the physical education classrooms, about the syllabus, about the new athletics program, I will so happy to get the feedback with you. You have my email, you can contact with me in Spanish and English as well. So I would like your feedback. I would like to help to building this together. My big challenge and my goal, because I love a challenge, is because I decided to moving forward to Shelton, is to create the new athletics program here. We will be a big athletics program in Shelton. I would like to see 300 kids play every single afternoon and different sports and represent the Shelton. Please, if you need any question about the program, about the curriculum, I'm so happy to have receive your email, and you can set up the personal meeting with me as well. I'm open to receive you. Básicamente, lo que traté de comentar a todos es que hemos criado un nuevo programa para Shelton Catholic School, tanto a nivel de educación física como a nivel de atlético. Y ese programa es un programa muy grande, es un programa que va a ayudar a tu hijo o a tu hija a aprender a jugar a diferentes esportes. Básicamente necesito vuestra ayuda para, si realmente tu niño no se siente bien, no se encuentra bien o tiene una lesión y no puede hacer la clase de educación física, por favor, mándame un email, mándame una nota, yo encantado de recibirlo y permitir que él no haga el deporte. Pero primeramente me gustaría que vosotros me ayudasen, que no dé una nota o un email por simples una cosa que realmente no tiene tanta importancia, para que ellos puedan venir, puedan desconectar de las clases, ir fuera al aire libre, a jugar, compartir, disfrutar de sus amigos. Si tiene alguna duda, por favor, contacte conmigo. Tengo mi email. Yo estoy muy contento de recibir cualquier sugerencias o críticas. Muchas gracias. Thank you so much y have a good night.
All right. Thank you. Thank you all teachers for your presentation. This was a lot of information in a short period of time, but it was great information. Now you have a good picture of every one of the teachers of your child and their expectations and what you can also expect from them in this school year. I would like to thank you all for participating. I I would like to see if Ms. De Armas has anything to add here.
I do. I'm so sorry that we are short on time and we have the high school presentation. And if Mr. Escalante can just copy the questions that we have in the Q&A so that we can, maybe Mr. Mata and his notes can address some of those, or maybe, look at some of those and see if those are specific for any of the teachers, because we do have the high school presentation. And thank you so much for your cooperation, for getting your child to school on time. We appreciate that, in their proper uniform. And Mr. Mata and I are so grateful. One thing we did want to remind you is that we don't allow Postmates to be delivered to the school. So just wanted to remind you that we do have a school lunch. So if you wanted to go ahead and order that, there's emails with the link, or send your child with a lunch that they are welcome to heat up. Other than that, if you have any questions for Mr. Mata or myself or any of the teachers here, you are welcome to email us. And thank you so much for joining us this evening. And we are ready to start the high school one in a few minutes. And Mr. Escalante will take all the questions from the Q&A, and we will address those as soon as we can. Thank you so much, and have a beautiful evening, and God bless all of you. Thank you so much, Mr. Mata. Thank you. Okay, so if you're not in the high school one, I guess you guys can log off. Eliana, are you there?
Yes.
Hi. So va a ser el mismo link ahora, ¿verdad?
El mismo link, sí, seguimos igual, efectivamente.
María, ¿tú mandaste esto a los de noveno y décimo?
Sí, ya se los envié.
Ok, perfect. So, ¿ya hay padres en el waiting room de esto o no?
No, ya están, ya se redujo el número. Vamos por 36, me imagino que estos 36 ya son padres de high school, ¿ok?
Oh, okay. So are we still live?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So they're seeing they're hearing me speak right now.
Yeah. Yes.
Hi, everyone. Okay. So then we, Mr. Mata, we will wait a few minutes for the high school teachers to log on, and for the parents of the high school to be able to log on. And I'm sorry, just give me 1 second. Ms. Plaza.
Yes, and we should start in 8 minutes, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
And we can start on time because we have the correct link. Ms. Blazovic, are you going to continue presenting this one as well?
That is correct. I'm here.
Excellent. And Mr. Escalante, were you able to save any of the Q&A questions?
There were any. No one asked anything. I just posted it. Yeah,
there were none.
I just post a message inviting them to write to the teachers if they don't have any questions for me.
Oh, great.
Right.
Okay, I was worried because I thought there was Q&A questions, but okay, that's great. Okay, all right. So then now we wait. We have about 8 minutes. Okay.
Correct. Okay, it is 7:30. I think we're ready to get started. Welcome. Welcome to our back to school night for high school families, the families of those in high school. We are very grateful that you are here with us. As you well know, the high school years are very important, especially when it comes to be ready for college. Not only for college acceptance, but also for the work required to do well in college. And here we are preparing your children to do that, to do well when they are at the university and beyond. Tonight is a night for academics, and you will be hearing from your teachers. Some of you are going to meet your teachers for the first time. As you can imagine, we would love to do this alive and see you in person, and the time for that will come. But this is as good, and you are going to receive the same information as if we were all together. Less fun, less socializing, but the same good academic information. So thank you again for being here. Please pay attention. There is a feature in this presentation through YouTube where you can ask questions on a general chat. If you come up with questions and things that come up to your mind as you attend the presentation, feel free to post those questions on the chat feature, and they would be addressed at the end of the presentation. As we get ready to start, I would like to extend a big thank you to Ms. Ana de Armas. What you are going to see tonight comes from a lot of behind the scene works, all coordinated by Ms. de Armas. She has worked very hard so you can have this presentation for you from every teacher. I'd like to thank you, Ms. Eliana Bigay, for our tech support, and also Mrs. Maya Blasevic, who has been helping us with the middle school presentation and graciously is staying to coordinate the slide presentation for the high school one. And lastly, thank you to all the teachers that took the time to be here with you tonight and to make this possible. And with that, I leave you with Ms. Ana de Armas. Thank you so much and welcome again to this evening.
Good evening, parents and students, whoever is watching, maybe both. My name is Ana de Armas. I am the Director of School Affairs, brand new to Shelton. I am so blessed to be serving in this capacity. Voy a estar hablando en inglés y en español. Nunca en mi vida pensé que iba a hablar tanto español y que iba a saber tan poco español. Yo pensé que sabía mucho español hasta que empecé a trabajar en Shelton, pero estoy aprendiendo mucho de sus hijos y de los maestros y cada día aprendo más. Además de ser la directora de asuntos escolares, también soy la maestra de Life Prep para 9º y 10º. Y la estoy pasando muy bien con sus hijos. Esa es mi hora favorita, los martes y los miércoles. My favorite hour of the day is Tuesdays and Wednesdays when I get to do Life Prep. The formation department is the cornerstone of Shelton. It really is what sets our school apart. And Maria Sepulveda will expand on that. But it really is what makes our school so special. And religious formation really is my background. High school really is my background. And I am so proud I get to actually work with one of my best friends who is the new academic and college advisor. And you will hear from her as well. And I also get to work alongside Miss V, who is helping with student affairs and discipline this year. She couldn't make it tonight to the presentation, but we are working closely together with Mr. Mata as well. I get to be his right arm. Mr. Mata has to be in a lot of places. Mr. Mata tiene que estar en muchos lugares este año. Como sabes, tenemos muchas sedes. Estamos en un hotel, en un edificio de administración, y estamos en Mao, y estamos cuidando a sus hijos, y es una responsabilidad que nosotros tomamos a pecho. Y la educación empieza en casa, pero nosotros apoyamos eso en la escuela. We support that in the school, and it is not something that we take lightly. And every time that your child walks into those doors, we understand the immense trust que ustedes ponen en nosotros. And we really do serve. This is our vocation, and we are so proud. We understand that we are in the business of education, but education is not to tell them what to do. It is to help them and form them, and to help them find their purpose, ayudarlos a encontrar su propósito. Y para eso estamos. Yo soy una puente entre los papás y los maestros y los estudiantes. Y yo estoy aquí para ustedes. I'm here for you in any capacity that you need. Mi correo electrónico está ahí, el de Miss V está ahí, y para lo que necesita estoy aquí para servir. Muchas gracias y buenas noches.
Good evening. Hello, high school parents. I'm Dana Danglecourt. I am the academic and college advisor in the high school. My priority right now is to make sure that the students are taking the appropriate coursework so that they are ready for graduation. And while we're thinking about high school, I want to make sure that they are also keeping an eye on their future. I have had the opportunity to go into one of the life prep courses, and I've met with the majority of the students. So they've already given me a list of careers and a list of universities that they are interested in. And I think that's a really good jumping point, a good place for us to start to have conversations about their future. Toward the end of the school year, my hope is that I will meet with all of the families so that we can go over your child's academic progress. We will continue the work of standardized testing and have that opportunity once those reports come in to monitor their progress between last year and this year and see the areas where they need help and the areas where they thrive so that they're ready for college applications. If you have any questions, please feel free to email me. I am very happy to be at Shelton. It's been nothing but a good time since I've been there. I'm looking forward to get to know the students more. The more opportunity that I have to interact with them, the better that I can serve them for their college needs. And now I am going to attempt to do this in Spanish. I'm very excited. Buenas noches, soy Diana Danglecourt, la consejera académica de Shelton. Mi prioridad en este momento es asegurar que los estudiantes están tomando los cursos apropiados para graduación y también que están atentos de la vida después de Shelton. Tuve la oportunidad de reunirme con la mayoría de los estudiantes en la hora de Life Prep. Ya me han dado una lista de carreras y universidades que les interesan. Y yo creo que es un buen lugar para comenzar nuestras conversaciones sobre la vida después de Shelton. Espero tener la oportunidad de reunirme con todas las familias, todos los padres, para revisar el progreso académico de sus hijos. Si tienen alguna pregunta, no duden en enviarme en el correo electrónico. Espero conocerle a todos pronto y aquí estoy para ayudar y para apoyar a los estudiantes en su vida académica en Shelton. I look forward to meeting all of you. I am looking forward to getting to know your children even better. I hope you have a great year at Carrollton and We are so at Shelton, and we are so happy that you have entrusted your children to us. Thank you.
Hi, good evening. Thank you, Mr. Mata, Mrs. De Arma. Hi, good evening, high school parents. I love any opportunity to be in contact with parents. That's my thing. My name is Maria Sepulveda. I'm part of the formation department team. And as you know, the formation department is a big part of who we are, of why you chose Shelton, that personalized education we all parents look forward to. So yeah, the formation department oversees programs such as the mentoring program. Nothing more personalized than that. I mean, that beautiful program. I encourage you, I invite you to please take advantage of it. Your mentor will be contacting you in the following weeks. And programs such as Life Prep. Thank you, Ms. De Armas, for mentioning it. Yes, I feel so happy when anyone talks about Life Prep, because it's a jewel. I mean, that weekly class in which every class, the class as a group, as a community, talks about values, emotional skills, practical skills, any skill that will be helpful for them in life. So that's Life Prep, preparación para la vida. And all the religion and ethics programs, that's also under the wing of the formation department. And personally myself, Maria Sepulveda, within the formation department, I focus on the family side, on all those tools, workshops, courses, anything that can prove to be helpful for you for your job as parents. So you will be hearing about opportunities, wonderful opportunities about those types of tools, of resources. So thank you, muchísimas gracias. María Sepúlveda me llamo, estoy a sus órdenes. Cualquier pregunta sobre el departamento de formación, encantada si yo la puedo resolver o les digo con quién. Estoy muy en contacto con las homeroom mothers de cada clase para servir a las familias, porque eso es lo que todos tenemos en el corazón. Muchísimas gracias y que pasen muy buena noche.
Hi, everyone. I'm Nicole Chang. I'm the 9th and 10th grade English teacher. You know, growing up, I come from 2 educators, and I would always tell my mom that she was Miss Frizzle from the Magic School Bus. And it seems that I'm following in her footsteps. And what a blessing that has been. Your children have completely exceeded my expectations. They have, every day they come into my class and they write a journal entry, and I get to see their, not just learn about them, but to see how they've been growing in their writing. The purpose of my class is not just to read old literature, but for them to expand on their writing abilities, to think critically, to expand the creative mind, and to broaden their ideas. With my 9th graders, we're learning about journeys of transformations, and oh, here we have the slide. Journeys of transformation, and they're reading about the Iliad and the Trojan War, and I'm completely blown away with the feedback that I am getting from them, how engaging they are in class, how interested they are to learn more. With my 10th graders, the unit that we're working on is Outsiders and Outcasts, and we've read, you know, from Sherman Alexie to Delia Owens, and even the students that have been struggling with the language barrier, I read their writing and they're doing excellent. My job is to give your children all the resources that they need to succeed. I've spoken to many of them one-on-one, and I'm trying to give them as much feedback as possible, as much help as possible. This is not an easy course, as I'm sure you've heard. I'm challenging them a lot, especially because I see their potential. And I'm really excited to see how they grow this year. For my goal for them is for them to take the tools that I provide them with and run with it, and to accept the challenge and to read all the books that I provide for them. Something that your children really need to do to succeed in my class is to do the extra work and to do the readings at home. And I think they're doing that, and I'm really proud of them. My contact is here if you have any questions or any concerns. And yeah, thank you guys.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Chen. I hope you can hear me okay. I'm Mr. Palos, and I am thrilled to be here and to have the opportunity to teach history both to ninth grade and to 10th grade. In ninth grade, as you know, we have two sections. We have a regular section and an honors section. And the same thing has been implemented for the 10th grade European history course. I know some of you from last year when I was teaching Spanish and religion, but I am passionate about teaching history. This is the subject I studied in college, and I like to read and to study as a hobby. And how we can learn from the past, looking at the major intellectual, spiritual, political events to learn about who we are. And the students are thinking and making comparisons with the ancient or European past about who they are and where they're going. And the course is going very well so far, all of them. We have started a heavy dose of readings. There are lectures. We have had student presentations, many class discussions. We've had 1 or 2 exams already. And I am proud to say that the students are doing very well. One of my goals for the year will be to help and guide students in analyzing primary sources, documents from the historical past, and that they develop the enjoyment, the thrill of learning about the past, both the good and what was not so good, real people who contributed so much to who we are and where we're going. And just to reassure you that the class is going well, that I am very excited to be working with your son or daughter in our classes for 9th or 10th grade history, and that it is a treat, an opportunity, and I am very grateful to have the chance to work with you, with your children, and with this amazing group of teachers and supporting administrators. My email is on the screen, and I look forward to working with you and to answering any questions you may have. Thank you, and have a wonderful rest of the evening.
Hello, everyone. My name is Ricardo Escalante. I am the Algebra 2 teacher for 9th grade. My contact information is on the slide. We meet 80 minutes 3 times a week. Our grading policy is on the syllabus. This course is designed to build algebraic and geometric concepts. Actually, Algebra 2 develops students' conceptual understanding, fluency, and ability to apply advanced functions. Students, during the course, the students are capable to draw connections between function types. In particular, the students can apply skills learned early in the year with linear, quadratic, and polynomial functions to inform, to report their understanding later in the year when they study rational, radical, and trigonometric functions. Usually students chose the appropriate functions restriction based on a solid understanding of the features of the functions to build a model in contextual situations. It develops advanced algebra skills, of course. The contents of this course are important for students' success on the ACTs, SATs, and college mathematics entrance exams. It's important that you encourage your children to ask questions, to be engaged in the class. And of course, students who complete Algebra 2 should take geometry or pre-calculus next. It's a blessing for me to work at Shelton with this amazing group of human beings, of co-workers, and of these students that become part of our life. Para mí es una bendición ser profesor en Shelton Academy. Le doy muchísimas gracias a Dios de poder estar presente en la vida de sus hijos como maestro de matemática y como guía en caso de ser necesario. Soy especialista en contenido matemático y una de las cosas que me gusta desarrollar en mis clases, además de hacerlo con un enfoque de desarrollo del significado de los constructos matemáticos, de los objetos matemáticos, es hacerlo con un enfoque geohistórico, explicarle a los estudiantes de dónde salen las estructuras matemáticas que estamos revisando y que estamos aprendiendo. Yo personalmente les estoy muy agradecidos a todos los padres de Shelton Academy por depositar en nosotros la confianza y permitirnos ser parte de la formación y educación de sus hijos. Muchísimas gracias y buenas noches. Thank you very much and good night.
I'm not Dr. Gonzalez, but she is teaching at the college right now, and she asked me to just inform you about her pre-calculus class. It is a class that is very rigorous, and it prepares the students for calculus studies. So it brings together a lot of Algebra 2 and geometrical concepts, and then infuses them with steroids, like I say, to then be able to take calculus class. So the students who take pre-calculus would be exposed not only to very high function analysis, but then they will also be exposed to trigonometric identities. They will be exposed to limits and possibly a little bit of very beginning of differential equations. But right now, her focus is to be able to prepare the student to be a very good college student, because these are already college level classes. And these type of classes really do prepare the student who is going to be leaning more towards high content mathematical classes in college to be better prepared to have a self-learning pace. And so Dr. Gonzalez has that slide for you. This is my slide. My name is Audrey Tinsley. I am the Algebra 1 and Geometry teacher for the high school. I teach Algebra 1 for 9th grade and I teach Geometry for 10th grade. These are two important subjects that the students need for the SATs and the ACTs, which are their college entrance exams. I see the students 3 times a week. We do assessments every week. More than anything is to be able to check on their understanding and their learning. In Algebra 1, We have been reviewing a lot of pre-algebra, but we will get into more in-depth study of what real math is. I call pre-algebra and algebra 1 like the first real math classes. Everything else is primary. And so obviously that's why we started in the high school, but it is a class that is essential that the students understand well so that then they can move on to the other content of math that will be coming up in the future. Regarding geometry, geometry is a very old type of math. I saw in Mr. Balos's slide, the School of Athens and some things from the Greeks. It is basically the study of Greek. It's a Greek study. We study Euclidean geometry. So we are going to study trigonometric functions. We're going to study circles, construction, triangles, a whole bunch of different things. But also we develop a lot of deductive knowledge and reasoning and logic. Something that is crucial for my class is homework. My homework content is on purpose. And the reason why I assign homework is not to keep the students busy, but it's so that they are able to practice whatever we learned in class at home by themselves. And then we review it again in class the next time we see each other. Para español, explicar, yo soy Audrey Tinsley, la maestra de matemáticas de Álgebra 1 en 9º grado y de geometría en 10º. Estas dos asignaturas son muy importantes y son cruciales, especialmente para que los alumnos se puedan preparar para el examen para entrar en college, que son el SAT y el ACT. Los contenidos de estas clases son muy esenciales para esos exámenes. Como yo digo, ya son clases que preparan alumnos para las matemáticas avanzadas. La geometría es una clase donde vamos a estudiar cosas que se hicieron miles de años atrás con los griegos, pero ayuda mucho a la lógica, razonamiento y para poder hacer deducciones, que es importante para otros tipos de desarrollos y disciplinas en la vida. Como yo estaba explicando, lo más importante en la clase mía es trabajar, el hacer las tareas. Las tareas que yo mando tienen un propósito y normalmente, como le digo a los alumnos, escojo los problemas porque quiero que ellos desarrollen ese pensamiento para poder verdaderamente ver si están entendiendo los conceptos. Y así pueden ver el contenido 3 veces, cuando hacemos la explicación en la clase, cuando hacen su tarea en la casa y después cuando repasamos la tarea de nuevo en la clase. Y así van aprendiendo la materia y no se tienen que estar memorizando la materia, que muchas personas piensan que la geometría hay que memorizarse mucho, pero si se practica, no hace falta memorizarlo. Así que les pido su apoyo para que estos alumnos que son brillantes verdaderamente tengan mucho éxito en este tipo de clases. Y les deseo buenas noches. Ahí tienen mi contacto si necesitan ponerse en contacto conmigo para cualquier cosa o duda. Good evening.
Hello, good evening, everyone. I am Mrs. Hodge. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I am the 9th grade biology teacher. Okay. I would like to talk to you about, sorry, I lost my train of thought. My son started speaking. So the biology course includes cell structure, cell function, reproduction, the human body, things that are listed here. And we'll talk about the bacteria, all the different kingdoms, all the different organisms, because biology means the study of life. So we have actually just completed the chapter on ecology, which was new for me this year. Haven't quite delved into ecology from a teaching standpoint, only from a student standpoint, but it was really fun. And the students enjoyed it, and we just completed that chapter. The next chapter we'll be moving into is cell structure and what a cell is, and starting there from the basics, and then working our way up to organisms and how they work, and how everything functions. So the textbook for biology is from McGraw-Hill. Glencoe, the textbook. They're currently we will be using they have a physical version as well as a electronic version. As soon as we get enough copies in, then I will be able to distribute or assign each student a copy. In the interim, if you notice, your son or daughter has been coming home with many papers, and it's because I've been photocopying and printing out the papers, the pages of the text. And so I will continue to do that for discuss in class the textbook, and you'll see it. The students will see the textbook. However, I will print out and make copies so each student has tangible study material, not just notes, but text that they can actually read and review in addition to videos. Again, down here, so I have genetics. Genetics is also a fun one with like Mendelian genetics and the pea plants. That's also a fun one. We get into taxonomy, which is naming organisms. We're called obviously Homo sapiens sapien, and that's a weird thing for students to understand, and it's really cool actually. This is a picture of a student last year. She was it's funny because we were demonstrating how when you add oxygen, because water H2O, to this particular chemical, it made it change colors. So it was interesting because she didn't believe me. She was like, Miss Hodge, that doesn't make sense. And I was like, okay, bring your water bottle. It was really cool. So on to biology honors. Extremely similar, same textbook, same material, however, at a faster pace. Okay, at a faster pace. And so we meet Monday, Wednesday, and Friday every week for 75 minutes. And so the difference is that for homework, the homework portion, that students will be in the honors course using the application SmartBook. So it's extremely important that they keep up and complete the questions in SmartBook. I really love this platform. It helps the students with remediation. It brings them directly to the content, and it's just amazing. So I'm looking forward. This is like biology is my wheelhouse. I love it. I'm looking forward to continuing to get to know your children, educating your children, opening up their minds, and thank you. Dr. Gonzalez, again, she teaches chemistry. Her contact information is below if you have any questions about any specific questions related to the content or her expectations. And you'll see here, understand that chemistry is a study of matter and the changes it undergoes, and that matter is all around us, right? Matter is anything that takes up space and has weight, right? Acquire reasoning skills to apply the course content with a critical thinking approach. So not just, this is this, that's that, not just a straight line of thinking, but exploring the possibilities along the way and exploring everyone's ideas, okay? Relating the course content to everyday life and potential careers. Something important that Dr. Gonzalez and I have spoken about several times that we want to instill in our high school students is being an independent learner. And what that means, or part of what that means, is making sure that they read prior to attending class. Reading prior to attending class enriches the experience. Okay, you understand the vocabulary isn't brand new and fresh to you. You understand what's being spoken about. So we really, really, really want to impress upon you to encourage your students to read prior to coming to class so we can engage in those healthy conversations. And finally, we want you to be safe, responsible, respectful, and kind. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful night.
Hi, everyone. My name is Lulu Selma. I am the teacher for Human Spirit, 9th and 10th. Welcome. I was so surprised to see all the new faces in my 9th grade class this year. A lot of girls, a few boys, and it's just so nice to have your trust. For 9th grade, I teach biblical history and philosophy. So what is human spirit? Human spirit is, we have a combination of theological studies and philosophical studies. So we're going to be doing that this year. for the first part of ninth grade is biblical history. So we dive into Old Testament, the characters, the books. The kids are learning and they're very engaged. They're having a great time. And we're willing to discuss a lot of things that happen in everyday life, because these were everyday people, everyday characters in these stories had their good things and their bad things, and the kids are engaged and learning and hopefully being enriched. The second half of the ninth grade year is philosophy. And from the experience of last year, the kids just love this part. They learn the ancient, medieval, and modern philosophers, beginning with Socrates and going on with Plato, Aristotle, Augustine, Aquinas, and Descartes. And they get to see the development of each of these philosophies and discuss the relevance in their own lives and ask those existential questions of why am I here and who created me and what is my purpose. And they love it. They love to argue with me. They love to get sassy. And it's part of what helps them really understand we want them to build this autonomy. The point of this class is to really help them figure it out and see what God is asking of them in an individual way, and help them think about their own life, their own purpose. And it's a beautiful process to watch. 10th grade this year is discovering the religions of the world, which I think is phenomenal. We're also, right now, we're in the middle of philosophy again, because it's important when diving into the religions of the world that we learn the philosophies, the foundation. And again, these kids are really eager to learn. They love to argue with me. They love to banter back and forth. And that's how we keep each other busy. And it's amazing. It's a great time that we have together. We discuss a lot of life issues, a lot of things that bother them, a lot of questions that they have, and they start to really build a character and figure out what it is that they believe in. It solidifies their own faith. And it really makes them owners of who they are. So this is great. This is what we want. We want our kids to go out into the world and know who they are and not be ashamed of that. So part of studying world religions is also creating an empathy for others, for acquiring a greater understanding of people and their faiths, respect for people and their faiths, and knowing ultimately that we have so much more that unites us as a human race than what divides us. So I think it's crucial, beautiful, and they're engaged and learning. In order to succeed in my class, and they do it quite often, you have to be willing to argue with me. So, and the few that are quite philosophers are very apparent, but we have a great time. And I mean, that's participation is key in order to succeed in this class. And they've been doing that very well. I also have a few new faces in the 10th grade, some rambunctious boys who are getting their stuff together and figuring it out and doing great. And then the girls that are just breaths of fresh air. So we're having a lot of fun. Thank you again for trusting us with your children. We're so excited to have them, and we're so excited to be here. We love what we do. We feel very passionate about your children. We feel very passionate about their life of faith, about their formation, and we're so blessed to be a part of this journey with you guys. So thank you.
Hi, good night. How is everyone? I'd like to apologize. My camera currently isn't working at home. I'm Antonio Padula. I teach 2 electives. Right now I'm going to talk about human intelligence and artificial intelligence. This is for 10th and 9th grade. This course really is a deep dive in the effects that new technologies have on our brains and our behavior, especially social media, and how they were designed from the very beginning and how they are designed today, and how that influences our behavior as individuals and forms our habits. So in this class, we take a deep look into the effects that social media has on our brain, and then possible solutions to those problems, on how those tools are designed and how to better design them so that they don't become a negative impact on our day-to-day life. And so in this class, one of the things we do is see how those tools actually affect our students' lives. As we know, most students have smartphones or technology in their hands, and they use that technology on a daily basis. What we don't understand, or what we're starting to understand, is how this tool in their hands actually affects their short-term gratification, how it reshapes their reward system, how these tools are actually designed to pull people's attention towards them. It's a war for people's attention. And so we take a deep look at that. We take resources from many universities, for many studies, graduate studies, that show how these tools are designed and how they use different techniques to draw people's attention further into using these applications in the software. And that is what we do throughout the entire class. In the end, we look at possible solutions, or the students design new applications that try to serve the same functions as the original tools without causing the negative effects or consequences. And this class usually just has a traditional structure of every now and then there will be quizzes and a few tests, and at the end the students will design software, not physically but conceptually design the software that they think would fulfill the function of popular software that people use without its negative consequences. How would they reduce those negative effects? And that's human intelligence versus artificial intelligence.
Hello, everyone again. I also teach, I'm Ms. Chang, and I also teach the storytelling elective. And storytelling is an extension of my English class. It's more of a branch within the English world. And I always tell my students that, you can learn writing, but it's a lot harder to teach someone how to think as a storyteller. And the good news is that all of my students are definitely storytellers, and they have that in them. I actually have a slide after this, and my students, we workshop together every week. They write a story every week, and together we read it aloud and we critique it and we talk about it. And the point is not to judge the story itself, but just to learn to think and to write creatively. And I tell them it's an art. Just like any other artist, writing is its own art. And we're learning grammar, and we're also learning figurative language. We're learning about narration and point of view. There's so many different aspects that go into it. And when I tell you that I love my other classes, I love my classes. But when it comes to storytelling, I skip with my 2 book bags that I have to carry with me, walking over to this class, because it is truly an honor to see how engaging and how proactive my students are in this class and how well they're doing. I don't think that this is an easy class for a 9th or 10th grader, and they make it fun. And I see how much they're loving it. And it's just such a joy to be there with them. The novel we're reading is I'll Give You the Sun. And the reason I chose that novel was because of the narration itself. It is very eclectic and unique. And I'm seeing how they're responding to it, and it shows in their writing. The fact that they feel like they have this freedom to express themselves in this very non-traditional way. So it's such a privilege. And again, if you have any questions about this class or my English class, my contact is there, and I will always respond within 24 hours.
Hi, it's Antonio Padula again. The second elective I teach is leadership skills. Now this class, there's a leadership skills 1 and 2. Leadership skills 1 is for 9th graders, and leadership skills 2 is for 10th graders. Leadership 1 is based around team building. So what students will do is they build a team with other students as well with 10th graders, and they learn to design and develop a project, a real world project. And in class, what we do is we give them the theory that they would need to build as a team, and then they'd have to apply that in practice with their team outside of the classroom. And ultimately, the goal of the class is for them first to look for higher goals. That is for them to sit down and think about what would be a much better objective, what would be the best objective that they could reach, find the motivation, then the desire to reach those goals. So find the motivation on how to motivate themselves, but also how to motivate their team members into reaching that goal, and then develop the practical abilities to actually reach the goal. So there's a lot of research, motivation, and then practical application. And then in leadership skills 2, what we concentrate more on is the leadership side of it. So 10th graders are in fact in charge of and bear much of the responsibility of their group projects that they do with 9th graders. So as 9th graders are learning the course material and how to apply it, 10th graders already saw this material, but look at it through a different lens. Since they are leaders in their group, they bear the brunt of the responsibility. So they have to see how it is they implement their project and motivate their team members and see how they can maximize their team members' skills, help motivate them, and figure out how to work as a team fundamentally. And this is a skill that they're going to use throughout their lives. They're going to use it when they go to college. They're going to use it when they go to work. And working as a team is no small feat. Everyone thinks that they're a great team member until they join a team and have to see for real how they apply those skills. And so this whole class is fundamentally practical. There's theory in class, but outside, much of the grade depends on what they do outside of the classroom with their team members, and their final project, which is a real tangible project. They have to develop something, either a business or an event or a new project at the school. So in the end, they will see their success is dependent on whether they can create something real at the school or not.
Well, thank you, Mr. Padula. Thank you, everyone. I wanted to say a few things. I also have the honor, the opportunity to be teaching Spanish. Oh, that's Ms. Dominguez's slide. Mine is the next one. But anyway, we work together very well. We're both teaching. She'll come on board in a second. We are both teaching 9th grade and 10th grade Español. La idea ha sido, este año tenemos la gran oportunidad de separarlos en dos niveles distintos. Tenemos a los estudiantes que son bilingües o tienen un conocimiento más alto del español, están conmigo, y los estudiantes que tienen un nivel más intermedio y que les cuesta más hablar español, están con Miss Domínguez, en una clase muy personalizada y muy reducida. Con lo cual estamos dando en la clase de español un enfoque muy bueno, muy profesional a los alumnos. En mi caso, tengo a jóvenes que son muchos de ellos prácticamente bilingües, o cuya primera lengua es el español. Y en ese caso, mi objetivo, me encanta poder reforzar su conocimiento lingüístico. Porque, bueno, ya sabemos que a lo mejor es un nivel un poco intermedio, no usan español cada día y, como ustedes saben muy bien, es fundamental que mantengan y fortalezcan su bilingüismo. Todos sabemos las ventajas de hablar 2 idiomas. Todos sabemos los beneficios que trae en cuanto a, bueno, personales, sociales, pero también a largo plazo profesionales, que el saber bien y manejar con fluidez 2 idiomas. Ese es nuestro objetivo. Entonces, la clase de noveno se enfoca mucho en temas culturales. Por ejemplo, la primera unidad estuvimos estudiando con un cuento corto muy simpático que les mandé a algunos padres, que trata de la vida de un inmigrante y su proceso de asimilación a la nueva cultura. La segunda unidad de noveno grado que empezamos hoy se titula Héroes históricos. Y estamos aprendiendo sobre, bueno, José Martí, Bolívar, y los estudiantes van a dar una presentación dentro de unos días sobre un héroe de la historia o del presente y compartir las cualidades que podemos admirar o imitar en esa gente. La clase de 10º grado es parecida a un nivel superior con más escritura, más discusión, más profundidad. Y el segundo semestre de la clase de 10º grado va a ser muy novedoso y muy avanzado, exigente, porque haremos un estudio de obras literarias del mundo hispano para que aprendan a apreciar, examinar y hacer suyas grandes obras de literatura, bueno, que muchos de ustedes ya conocen, que queremos presentar y que yo creo son parte de su identidad lingüística y cultural. Entonces estamos muy emocionados que el programa de español ha sido fortalecido, mejorado, apoyado, y qué gran oportunidad que estos jóvenes pueden hablar y expresarse a un nivel muy profesional, lingüísticamente complejo, no solo en inglés, sino también en español, en nuestro idioma. Thank you everyone for joining us. I put on the screen how you can contact me and how we are providing opportunities for different students, no matter their level of skill and competency and communication level, to deepen, strengthen, and enrich their communication skills in speaking, in writing, and in comprehension, and in cultural understanding. Es un placer trabajar con ustedes y con sus hijos, y que sepan que la clase de español va muy bien y que contribuye mucho a la educación personalizada de cada uno de nuestros fantásticos estudiantes. Que trabajen, que se esfuercen, que escriban bien, que hagan las lecturas, que contribuyan con su talento para enriquecer esta clase tan rica y tan cultural. Y con esto paso el micrófono a nuestra colega Miss Domínguez, y ella explicará su trabajo con nuestros alumnos. Muchas gracias, thank you, and have a good evening.
Buenas noches, mi nombre es Miss Domínguez, Nérida Domínguez. Soy la maestra de español que este año ha comenzado en Shelton Academy. Como ha dicho el señor Mr. Palo, él está en la clase de español más avanzada. Yo tengo los grupos que tienen un poquito más bajo de nivel en el idioma, y tenemos la oportunidad de dar especializadas las clases para los niños que no están, son speaker y no speaker. Tenemos muchas actividades planificadas para este curso, para que los niños, a medida de que vayan aprendiendo el idioma, también aprendan el idioma divirtiéndose con el idioma, para que amen el idioma, que es lo más importante, para que no hagan un rechazo al idioma, porque muchos dicen, no, yo no soy nativo, mi idioma es el inglés. No, el idioma es importante también, porque el idioma en general es la base que mueve a todo el mundo, que nos une de una forma o de otra, en inglés, en español, en árabe, en francés, pero es importante porque es nuestra lengua materna, la variedad de muchos estudiantes, y hay muchas historias bonitas. Hoy estaba en una clase que motivaron a alumnos aprendiendo adivinanza a través de la sílaba, división de sílabas, y los muchachos estaban motivados con eso, porque hay que darle a los niños algo que les interese para que sepa que nuestra lengua es rica y es importante, y darle mensaje a través de las clases, que los niños lleven una información y que se motiven a llevar eso a la escuela. Esa es la intención de este año, es mi primer curso en Shelton Academy, pero tengo muchos años de experiencia en español, lo mismo en español para speaker, para que no hablantes también. Esa es mi intención y aquí estoy. Tienen mi correo electrónico, estoy en la mejor disposición de ayudarlos y de aprender con ellos también, con el señor Mr. Pablo, que también tiene experiencia en Shelton, y agradecida a todos los maestros de la escuela, que veo que hay una disposición muy grande de trabajar, de cooperar, y mucho apoyo en los niños y en los maestros. Es como una gran familia que estamos ahí y yo lo he sentido fuertemente. Así que a los padres les transmito esto, que lo he sentido yo en un poco tiempo que llevo, y que los niños están bien seguros porque es una atención de parte de todos los compañeros que estamos ahí, porque la educación sea lo mejor posible para sus hijos. Así que buenas noches y muchas gracias por escucharme.
Hi, good evening, parents. I'm Coach Julio, new athletics director and director for the physical education for Shelton. It's my pleasure to assume this role in this year in the school. After a lot of years, I'm assistant athletic director in different high school in Miami. I accepted to this big challenge for me, and I'm so excited to have this challenge and building the new athletics program and the new curriculum for physical education at Shelton. I would like to introduce, right now we are in transition for the high school curriculum and physical education. My goal this year is for the kids finish their credit and PE class for graduation in physical education classroom. As well, we work different quarters. We work in different sports. First quarter, we work physical conditioning and we work now volleyball. Second quarter, we will work in basketball. Third quarter, soccer. And fourth quarter, and funny games and review our sports. But my real curriculum for physical education I designed for Shelton and athletics and high school. It's about, his name is weight training class. What it means? I will help in this weight training class to set up a personal work table and fitness table to help the kids achieve his goals. Example, I have one basketball player. He chose this class in the morning. Coach Julio, I'm a basketball player in the afternoon. I will represent for Shelton. I would like to set up the goals for help me improve my goals in the afternoon as a basketball player. So I will set up the personal work table for these students, for athletic students, to set up the goals and achieve the goals in the afternoon. And each sport they play, I have different tables and special. I would like to set up a special goals and different goals for each sport. I have different athletics, play soccer, basketball, swimming, track and field, cross country, and I would like to, this is my curriculum for high school, and the future is the weight training class. This class will work and specific goals and stretch and physical conditioning for these athletics. At this time right now, we work in this year, physical conditioning class. We work now in volleyball. We try to the kids have fun. We try to the kids disconnect the classroom. We try the kids go outside and think about and get a different experience outside and with the sports. So we would like to tell you my goal is every single day help my students to achieve your personal goals. The high school for me this year is really important because it's the future for the new future for the athletics program in Shelton, because in future we will represent Shelton as a Florida High School Athletics Association and different sports and different seasons and fall, winter, and spring. So these students, for me, is really important because they can make the history for the school, for the athletic school. They can make, they can put in the first banner championship, district championship, state championship for each sport in our gym. In the future, these kids will set up and sign the first scholarship for play and continue play in college. So this is my goal. My goal is help your kid to improve his goal and play and win in different sports. But also my goal is help the kids to building life skills. For me, the more important right now in his life is for the kids and use the sports to help building and grow up as a person and in his life in personal life. So I'm here to help you. I really need to commit kids to help me to build this program. I think is a really good opportunity for these kids running right now, have ninth grade, 10th grade, have 2 more years in high school. We can do a lot of things in 2 years. Believe in me, from my experience, I can have a lot of kids start to play in 9th grade and 10th grade and enjoy the high school. It's really fun to play high school. It's really enjoyable. The kids enjoy, have fun, and the more important, they play and they share a lot of time with your friends. So what about my evaluation right now? This year, my evaluation, it's not about drills and skills for your children. My evaluation is every day, every minute about how they effort, how they have the enthusiasm to come into the physical education classroom and enjoy, try your best to learn different drills and skills for different sports. This is my goal. My goal, I'm not set up, oh, you have to play basketball, you have to make a layup. No, my goal is every single day, every single minute, because I believe the sports is about time. I believe the sports is about seconds for you change everything. So this is my evaluation. I will evaluate your kids every single day. What about the skills for physical education? I would like to encourage you, to encourage your children to use this in an extremely case. So I will encourage you for the kids coming to doing sports and have fun and try to learn different drills and get this connection with your friends and enjoy and outside and get out inside the building and stay outside. And so this is my concern. But of course, I will understand if something happened during the day. I here just to help the kids. I trust my students, athletic students, 100 times. So please, if you have any specific situation, you can send a mail to me. You can send a note. I completely understand. I complete here to help the kids to achieve your personal goal in sports. So I would like to encourage the kids to learning how make decisions, how solve the problems in sports, and you moving this to your personal life. This is my personal goal. We have a big challenge this year. I love this challenge because as ex-professional soccer player, I have the challenge hold my life. So this challenge for me right now is really important for me, for my personal life, for my personal goals, is building the big program right now for athletics for Shelton and help your kids to improve your goal and put it the first banner in school as a winners district or state, why not? And also I would like to help. I did it before and hold in 7 years I'm here in USA. I help the kids to sign and play college for different sports, soccer, basketball, volleyball, track and field, cross country. So I'm so happy to have it here to put my all commitment to your kids, for your athletics kids to achieve your goal. You have my email here. I would like to receive any suggestions, concerns, and then feedback about everything. Is help our program is brand new for high school right now. So I'm here. If you need, please contact with me. I'm so happy to help you and help your student athletics to set up your personal goal. Thank you and have a good night, parents.
Thank you, Coach Julio, and thank you to all the teachers that presented tonight. We were able to have this event in a little bit over 1 hour, just a few more minutes over an hour, and with a lot of content. So I would like to thank you all for your attention tonight, and please note that The year is going great for high school. We are so pleased with the current arrangements. We are grateful for your patience. As you know, we have been able to make a much better dismissal. I know the elementary school dismissal sometimes is not quite helping the one at Mao, but things are much better, and we're gonna make a couple more changes just to make everything a little more swift and to improve the flow. I would like to thank Mrs. Blasevic because she has been answering your questions on real time as you posted them. Thank you. I'm not sure if there are any other ones that we need to answer at this point. No, we have been able to answer. So that's good news because I can let the teachers go and have their dinner. They had a previous presentation before this one. They have been real troopers, but happy to do this. This was very exciting. Wanted to make me do high school again. So thank you for a great job. If Ms. De Armas has a few last greetings for you.
I just want to thank everybody. Gracias a todos por unirnos y por unirse a nosotros y por confiar tanto en nosotros. Y siempre pensé que nunca pensé que me iba a unir a maestros como estos. Y estos maestros trabajan como nunca en mi vida he trabajado con maestros como estos. I've never in my life worked with teachers like this, and they are committed to your kids like I've never seen. And I am so proud to work with teachers like this. And we are dedicated to your kids. We are dedicated to you. And we want to thank you for joining us tonight. We are here to serve you. We are here to serve your children, and we are here to serve Shelton Academy. Thank you so much for joining us this evening, and have a beautiful night. Thank you.